We are determined to demonstrate that we are not merely an institution of rituals, but rather that we are a learning institution, one of deep thought and intellect, and one that is receptive and open to ideas, views, critiques, and criticism from the people that we serve. As the program of the Supreme Court at 12 shows, and the reports from past gatherings evidence, these occasions allow us to reflect and introspect on the judiciary's jurisprudential journey over the past decade and a half as we fulfill our constitutional mandate. Beyond our achievements in jurisprudence, we have responsibility to assess and enhance our institutional and organizational capabilities because it has a bearing on our performance. With this in mind, Your Excellency, and as discussed this morning, your attention was drawn to the need for a modern Supreme Court building, a space that would foster judicial discourse and provide an optimal working environment for our judges. We are currently in the process of a design competition for a modern Supreme Court building with contemporary design and the functionality required for its important judicial role. Your Excellency, you also noted this morning as you walked into this building that from the plaque that was at the entrance, that this building was put up in 1930. That is 80 years ago, before our new constitution. It therefore predates the constitution by nearly 8 decades, and today that is 93 years ago. The building is nearly a century old, and its architecture does not serve the present needs of the Supreme Court. Yes, it is majestic and externally imposing, but its internal design is far from being functionally adequate. The building does not embody the gravitas of the role of the Supreme Court as envisaged in the Constitution. Your Excellency, no one should leave this meeting with the impression that we want a new building because of the infrastructural developments that we are seeing in the other arms of government, such as the recently completed Bunge Towers, which is next door, or the refurbishment of the old chamber in Parliament to house the Senate, but rather, this is a proposal that stems from a genuine need to modernize our judicial infrastructure. For the last 15 years, we have concentrated our infrastructural development in the outlying and marginalized areas, but time has come to direct our attention to the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal, and the Kenya Judiciary Academy, which have no proper home at all. We appreciate the high-level discussions that were led by Your Excellency this morning to the effect that we should have an engagement between the judiciary, executive, and the county government of Nairobi on this issue. Over the past decade, Your Excellency, ladies and gentlemen, over the past decade, the judiciary has received only 50% of its necessary funding, which has adversely affected its operations. Supporting the judiciary as a public good is crucial, and it plays a vital role in protecting individual rights, promoting economic stability, and maintaining a fair and orderly society. Ensuring adequate funding for the judiciary ultimately benefits everyone and strengthens the foundation of a healthy democracy. We want to change the philosophy that underpins budget allocations to the judiciary so that it is based on the number of judges all cases or the justice needs instead of an artificial or incremental basis. We need to introduce some science and empiricism in financing judiciary needs. Despite the challenges that we continue to grapple with, I take pride in the excellent support that the court's registry has provided to the judges since the court began its operations. The registry at the Supreme Court has successfully adopted technology in its processes, including e-filing, and has expanded its reach to 3 locations through sub-registries, and therefore enhancing convenience for court users. As we celebrate these milestones today, let us renew our commitment to justice and progress. In closing, I would like to extend my heartfelt gratitude to several key contributors to our celebration today. First is to our esteemed judges of the Supreme Court who have served since 2011, and the judges who are currently serving in the court, led by the Honorable Chief Justice as President of the Court and the Honorable Deputy Chief Justice as Vice President of the Court, for their vision in shaping our journey and paving the way for this momentous 12th anniversary. Secondly, to Honorable Lady Justice Njoki Ndung'u and Honorable Justice Isaac Lenaola, whose co-leadership of the organizing committee has been instrumental in bringing this event to life with such finesse. Thirdly, I recognize the dedicated members of the organizing committee whose unwavering support and meticulous attention to detail have ensured the success of our gathering today. To Honorable Letitia Wachira, Registrar of the Supreme Court, whose tireless efforts and commitment have transformed our vision into reality, making this celebration not just an event, but a memorable occasion. To our various registrars, directors, whose collaborative and relentless work behind the scenes help to make this event a reality. To all the hard-working members of staff at the Supreme Court, the protocol team, media, transport, security, and all staff whose dedication and professionalism shine brightly in all that we do. And finally, to our generous development partners whose steadfast support has been a cornerstone in strengthening the court's capabilities and enhancing our service delivery. I invite us now to join me in applauding all our judges of the Supreme Court, the President and Vice President of the Court, the Registrar, members of the organizing committee, and all that I have mentioned above for their contribution and dedication. To all our esteemed visitors, we extend a warm welcome. Please feel free to experience the renowned Kenyan hospitality that we take pride in. Enjoy your time with us. Thank you all for your commitment and passion as we move forward together, united by a shared purpose and a bold vision for the future. Let us continue to champion justice and uphold the values that define us. Asanteni sana.
Another round of applause for Honorable Mokaya. She's finished her statement with hospitality, so allow me, Your Excellency, with your permission, to now call on the Governor, Nairobi County, Honorable Johnson Sakaja, who's the host governor, to make a few remarks. Tumpigie makofi akija tafadhali. Karibu.
Thank you very much. Your Excellency, our President of the Republic of Kenya, and the Commander-in-Chief of the Defense Forces, Your Excellency, the